Self-destruct sequence activated.
3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to yet another episode of Rogan Radio here live from Studio A.
Live.
We are live.
Hello, everybody. Hello. What?
It takes me a second to turn the mics up. You got to give me a second. Listen, we haven't done this.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, I got to turn everybody down. Jesus, Christmas.
It's frozen. That's what it is. It's frozen.
You're up,
We're all
man.
frozen.
I can't hear me.
Hey, give me a break. It's been a long time. Which one is mine here? Which one am I trying to turn? There it is.
Good. I
There
want
it
to hear
is.
me a little better. Though.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, it's been a long time. We've had another month off.
I want to hear you.
It seems like we do one show, take a month off, and then, we get back together again, and we have to learn everything all over again.
That's the new format. Once a month.
Now, allegedly,
Once a month.
now, tell me, can somebody hear sound right now? Can you hear us talking? That's what I want to know. Because the last time we did something was down at the. I know you can hear
the
it because
Lumberport Parade.
Yeah, we haven't done anything since then. And we haven't been together for even, longer than that, actually.
You tell him,
Chuck, I
Ducko,
haven't
turn the
seen you
heat
in
on
3
it.
Yeah, Ducko said turn the heat up. Chuck.
The heat is just fine in here. We had the torpedo in here.
We're
We
not
had the
talking about
kerosene
your
heater.
hot air breath.
Can you see my breath? No shit, can you? No, you can't.
They can hear us.
Liars.
Thanks, Brent.
They can hear us.
Yeah, Carol says,
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we have a great show planned for you tonight. We're going to talk about the weather. We're going to go to war with Canada. We are going to declare it here tonight. Okay. Because here's what irritates me about it. I'm tired of it. It's been almost going on 3 weeks now. Tomorrow they're talking about another winter weather advisory. Yeah. And I'm thinking this. We make this big deal about Mexico. Yeah. Okay, we make this big deal about everybody crossing the border down there.
Oh, yes.
Because it costs so much money, right? Well, you know what I'm saying. Here's what I'm thinking. The hell with Mexico, because they have warm weather.
Yeah, gringo.
I think the real enemy in this entire deal is Canada. Is Canada. I think what Trump needs to do is fund those big windmill things, right? And blow all this shit right back to Canada.
Yeah,
So we would have two
Great
walls.
idea, Chuck.
Yeah.
I love it.
Put up the new windmills,
Blow all the air back to Canada. Think about how much money it's costing. Think about what's going to happen this month. When you get your gas bill this month, when you get your electric bill this month, when you get your water bill this month. Well, actually, water bills should go down a little bit considering most people will have frozen pipes right now.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have to worry about
That's
that.
You need your pipes cleaned up.
My pipes are always clean, man.
Thanks, Todd.
It's funny when you're talking about that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Todd.
You're welcome.
Yeah, well,
Everybody, you're welcome.
I say we give Michelle a round of applause.
Everybody get the drain problem. Call Todd.
Yeah, I'll fix your drain there, Bruce.
Hello.
I'll fix your drain.
Anyway, so we have this winter weather advisory. This polar vortex bomb was set off. We had the Earth is hating us right now. The universe is.
Did they just make up that term bomb cyclone? Because
I don't know, but I like
I've
it.
ever heard of it.
I think it's kind of sexy.
Never heard that before.
They have instilled so much fear in everybody that when it comes to snow, everybody's always going. So they have to keep continuing with these great new words to get that fresh fear into people. When you say polar vortex bomb from hell, listen, let me tell you something. It gets my attention, and I'm on the Weather Channel, and I'm going, yeah, I want to see somebody die in this thing. I don't really do that. I don't want to. I want to see a lot of snow. Is what I want to see.
You know what? Because you work inside now.
I want to see I want to see like a dog or somebody walking down the street and literally freeze like in Terminator 2, right?
Yeah.
And they freezes right as they're walking. They're like Jim Cantor's like, tonight we're down here at the beach, and he freezes. I want to see that.
And then he breaks.
Breaks into 1,000 pieces.
Breaks his leg off.
That's what I want to see.
That'd be bananas.
Is that the day after tomorrow when that freeze thing come down?
Yeah,
These guys
day
have got
after
out of the helicopter.
By the way, has anybody watched Geostorm? Have you guys watched that movie, Geostorm?
Yeah, I did.
No.
They're horrible cars.
Let me.
Geostorm.
I don't think I owned one of those in college.
I had one too.
Actually,
Pam Kirby's online. I saw her at Santa
I
Claus
read
yesterday.
one.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Hello, Pam.
we talked about you.
I tell you what, I watched this movie because I can remember when Geostorm came out. They were going to talk about this thing being this sci-fi thriller full of CGI and it was going to be the best.
Is it like Sharknado?
It's a lot like Sharknado.
Oh, yeah.
I watched this thing, and I watched the entire thing because I couldn't believe how bad it was.
It's like a train wreck, right?
And the guy off of 300 and London Has Fallen and whatever.
Whatever his name is.
Gerard the Butler.
Butler.
Yeah, the guy has abs, but you know what? And he was the only one who was actually able to act in this thing. Yeah, he has abs. I saw him in 300.
No, his ass. He's got an ass.
He's got an ass too, and he can wield a sword.
What's the
and
name of the movie again?
300. And listen,
Okay.
let me tell you something. The guy can kick better than Bruce, and Bruce, he has that shit in his genes. This guy could kick a guy over a wall, down a well. It was in 300.
I'm gonna watch the
Yeah,
movie.
you need to watch.
As you can tell, Chad Pucci is not here tonight. We have Michelle A. sitting in his chair. D-Mac is here. But tonight, a very special guest. We have Antoinette Casto from the Ellis. Give her a big round of applause. Hello, Antoinette.
Hello.
Did you guys have a good Christmas?
It was nice.
How's your dad doing?
He's great.
You know who we saw the other day?
Who?
We saw Scott and Jason up at the mall.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yes, we
we're talking
did.
about Jason and Scott.
We were all
Scott
buying
being
wedding
married to
gifts.
Melissa.
Yeah.
Okay,
Antoinette's
never
sister.
mind.
We were in Spencer's, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny because I try to throw people off. You know what I mean? When I talk to them, I just try to say the weirdest things, just right off the bat. Just try to say something weird, just to see what the response is
To
going to be.
those two guys?
Hey, well, I thought I would work, and I forgot that we grew up together, right?
Right. Yeah.
So now listen, if your parents are watching, or if anybody's watching that actually knows this was just a joke. I just
think
want
my
to
whole
see what was
family's
going to
on
happen.
here.
Judy's
Okay.
on here. I saw Judy.
Yeah, my dad
Okay.
is too. And my
Your
aunt.
dad?
Well, but I'm still going to say it because I think it's funny. So Scott, we're in Spencer's, right? And we're just looking because the girls are out walking the malls like a bunch of hookers. And just joking.
Wait a minute.
They're on the prowl. You know, when you say walking the streets, but they're walking the mall because they love that. That's what teenagers do. They
Yeah.
walk in the mall. So anyway, we go into Spencer's because I haven't been there since Christ left Pittsburgh. I haven't been there for a long time. If I wanted like some kind of cool Boba Fett mug, you go to Spencer's, right?
Yeah, you
if
have
you want
to.
a butt plug, you go to Spencer's. It's all like you're all in one store.
They have everything, bro.
Yeah,
It's like a
Walmart.
super Walmart.
Super Walmart.
Yeah, absolutely it is. So we see Scott and Jason, and we've always been good buddies. We've been good buddies for 20, 25 years now.
Right.
And he said, hey, what's going on? You know, we did the whole Happy Christmas, Happy New Year kind of deal, you know, all that. And he said, what are you guys doing in here? I said, well, Michelle wants to get me a ball gag, so we're checking them out. Listen.
Now, I've never met these guys before.
And now, in straight face, and Jason said, well, that's where I got mine at. They're right back there. You know, because he threw it back at me.
Right,
He threw
right.
it right back at me.
On the
I'm
back
not
wall.
surprised. Yeah.
They're on
so,
the back wall.
Yeah.
You would know.
It was
too.
fantastic.
Yeah.
It was
It was great.
on the back wall.
They're on the back wall.
Hey, Todd, what shelf? Like
This back, they got all kinds of stuff.
They keep moving them.
Yeah, G-spot stimulators.
Hey, jeez Louise.
I'm telling you what they got back there.
I've always been kind of partial to the H.
Oh.
Well,
H
how long did you stay in there?
Preparation
Chuck, I'm
It wasn't
surprised
very
you.
long.
I thought you were more
I'm
into
surprised
the
you're not
D
still
spot.
there. I mean,
Well, I mean-
catching up and
poop
you know,
spot.
since you haven't seen him for a while.
I did buy stock in a place.
You did.
I did
Yeah,
buy
okay.
stock in a place, yes.
Okay, wow.
Now it's called Chuckers. But anyway, tomorrow we're looking at right off the bat. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Rogan Radio. I apologize for that. We haven't been together for a long time, and we're going to be kind of ornery tonight. I guarantee it. Not to mention the fact that we bought a 30-pack yesterday of Miller Lite, which we haven't touched because we were watching the Titans. Michelle's a big
up all over the place.
Michelle's
and
a
the
big
Titans won,
fan.
by the way. And
gonna be
Saturday
playing the
night,
Patriots.
7:15, we play New England at New England. So
Yeah.
go Titans. Go Patriots.
After Saturday, at least the season will be over for us. For us.
Whatever.
He's got a lot of faith in your team there, baby.
I know.
So in our part of the woods, in our area, it's been really cold. I mean, we're talking negative numbers. We're like I said, we're living in Canada right now.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I have this 30-pack out because my theory is you know, I'm almost, and I do the same thing with the windows. When the girls and Michelle aren't home, I open up the windows, then I close them, thinking that come summertime, it's still going to be cold in there. So I can save on bills a little bit, right? So anyway, I put everything outside because it's a refrigerator. I don't have to use the refrigerator if it's 20 below outside.
sure.
Who needs a refrigerator? You got your own, you got your natural deep freezer outside. Well, I didn't think about this. I went ahead and I just wanted a beer. This wasn't 20 minutes ago. So I go bring this 30-pack down to the studios because, like I said, we're going to have a big party. We haven't seen each other for a long time. We've all made New Year's resolutions. We gave everybody the Merry Christmas pat on the ass, all this kind of stuff. I opened that beer up. It was a slushy. And it kept coming out, and it kept coming out, and it kept coming out, and it kept coming out.
Oh, I know what you're saying, bro.
Yeah.
So you said beer bong. You
That's right. But here's the great thing about it, though. I cracked open the beer, and it was nothing but it just kept coming out. The problem with it was I couldn't even drink it. It's not like you could get anything out of it.
Brain freeze.
Serious.
It was just nothing, but it was just
Slushy.
It was like a
slushy.
slushy. You seen those
Yeah.
videos on YouTube where like Lake Erie freezes and it comes on shore? Is it you got a slushy one?
You got a slushy. See, it's like Russian roulette. All of mine have been good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've all been good. It's like you pick a bad one every now and then.
Well, that's
I mean,
Yeah, just like Michelle did when she picked that last husband of hers. You know what I'm saying? Just saying.
This is great.
What?
You know, yeah.
What?
I have another beef while I'm at it before we get to
wow.
God, I am hungry
let's go.
too, bro.
Somebody.
I have another beef.
I'm so hungry.
12 days of Christmas.
Beef.
12 days of Christmas, going around the room. When is the first day of Christmas? When is the first day of Christmas?
Christmas Day.
Christmas Day. Would everybody be in agreement with that?
That's my vote. Yeah.
Todd,
I'm gonna say 12 days before Christmas.
Yeah.
you're going to say 12 days before Christmas?
Yep.
Well, you're wrong. Damn. Christmas starts on Christmas Day.
Thought I was being clever.
Now, here's the great thing about this, and this is my beef with America, because people don't like America, or Christmas, I'll say, because they say it's all marketing.
It is.
And this is the truth, because before even Halloween happened, we saw a bunch of Christmas junk in the stores.
Yeah.
On the second day of Christmas, my
true
true love
love
gave
gave
to
to
me nothing. Nothing. She didn't give me nothing for Christmas. All the trees were out of Lowe's. No, not you, babe.
Oh.
All the trees were out of
said
Lowe's.
she.
The Salvation Army ringers, they were gone.
Ding, ding, ding,
There's
ding,
no
ding,
Christmas
ding, ding.
carols on any station you could hear. And it was the second day of Christmas, and Christmas had disappeared.
So you're saying the second day after Christmas, all gone?
December 26th, do you ever see anything Christmas? No.
They're starting to put swimsuits out.
There's bikinis
Oh
in
yeah, it's
Target.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, Valentine's Day stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone said they sell some Valentine's
That's what I
Day
mean.
stuff.
It's crazy.
They're already starting
Already.
to put out patio furniture and stuff at Sam's.
Yeah, I saw Halloween
really?
costumes at the Walmart.
Halloween costumes.
Well, there's not a doubt in my mind.
Those were
about that.
actually people.
Oh, you see some crazy people at the Walmart.
That's great. So how was your guys' New Year's, by the way?
Mine was great.
Did pretty good?
Yeah.
What'd you end up doing?
I went to Cracker Barrel.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you see Brad's
T-Rex.
wife by chance?
Brad's wife wasn't there.
Dang it.
Hey,
I don't know what's up with that.
can I interrupt?
Yeah, hey, why not?
We got a listener on here from Siberia.
No way!
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
They're listening on the radio.
Yeah, I see that.
Can you believe that?
How in
Can you
Siberia?
believe that?
Listen.
Serbia. Where's
It's called
that?
Serbia. I'm sorry. I
Serbia.
You better
mispronounced.
respond to
No,
it.
I mispronounced.
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
That's
absolutely. Say something because listen, I'm sure right now
Holy
at Serbia,
crap.
I'm
That's
sure
how
it's
you
cold as
pronounce his
balls in
name.
Serbia.
Yeah,
we're-
ask what the weather is there.
Cover.
Serbia or Siberia?
Oh,
Serbia.
D-Max got
I'm
it.
sorry, I said it wrong.
It's just as cold here as it is in either one of them
I
places.
don't know how you
Well.
say his name, though.
Let's look it up. Michelle, turn your computer on. Let's
Holy crap! I can't believe that. That's our first international caller. Text her.
He's not really a caller.
What am I looking at?
go to-
Hey, listen.
He could call,
listen.
right?
I tell you what. If,
Oh, I'm very excited.
yeah, send us your address if you can do that. We'll send you a
Don't
Rogan
get
Radio
too close,
sticker.
D-Mac.
That's awesome. Well, that is
Yeah.
fantastic.
Why
You're
don't
okay.
you do that while they're doing
Zelko?
that? Yeah, definitely got to send him a Rogan Radio.
Yeah, absolutely.
Holy crap.
Send us your address. Send us a PM there, brother, and we'll go ahead and send that off to you.
Chuck will
That's
send
pretty
you a
awesome.
hoodie and a T-shirt and slacks.
We still have a list of things.
His dirty underwear.
dirty underwear.
Socks and a frozen Miller Lite. It might be thawed out by then.
Oh my God, I'm so excited about that.
That's
awesome.
That
You know-
is great. That is fantastic.
You know
Tonight,
what? Wow, they're gone now. I don't see their thread anymore. Dang.
tonight, between 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock, SpaceX is going to launch that Falcon 9 with that secret Zuma mission. Have you been keeping up with this stuff?
I love Zumba.
I didn't see that.
I used to love Zumba.
Zumba. That's
You did
Zumba.
Zumba?
Oh, Zumba.
Oh,
Yeah,
somebody
do
doing
it. Do a
Zumba
little
tonight
bit.
at 10?
Do it.
There
Oh,
we
we need
go.
some music. Somebody give me some.
Let's
Somebody give me
go.
something.
God, it's-
Todd's going to do some Zumba for
Serbia.
us.
It's 49 degrees in Serbia.
Yeah, this
Tomorrow
is
it's
his
going
New
to be
Year's
59.
resolution.
It's
to get
actually
in
warmer in
shape.
there. Give me some Zumba.
Zumba, Todd, Zumba.
Come on now, work it.
You can
work
do
it. Work your ass. And we got the stress backer back. We're going to have a grand return of the stress backer. It's back. It's back.
Go,
Come on now,
Captain
work it.
Earl.
Work
It's like
it. Work the
band.
hips. Work the hips. Work the hips.
Come on,
Yeah,
hips,
yeah.
hips.
Okay, buys.
Work
Work
those
your
abs.
buys. Work your buys. Okay, good. Push out. Push out.
Use
Push
that
out.
stress like it's a band. Pull that thing. There you go. Yeah.
Oh my God, sit down. So
Wait till you see the video.
Man, I have really broke a sweat,
I
Michelle.
know you've been learning Zumba while you've been
Chuck
off
taught me
on
how to do
break.
this one.
I do
That's
not
before
deserve
you got
that.
married, though.
Oh, okay.
So that's not
it's
cheating.
okay then.
That's
But
not cheating.
hey, but listen, I'm a part-time bridge builder, so that's okay.
Part-time.
What does that mean?
What's that mean?
And part of the time he builds bridges.
Do you have you never heard a joke? You could be the best bridge builder in the world, but all you have to do is that one time, and then you'll be known for that for the rest of your life. Jeez, dude.
No, I get it.
No.
Oh, that's why you said there goes my job as a bridge builder. That
Well, you shouldn't have gave me $5.
yeah.
Anyhow,
A shake weight.
where were we even at?
He gave me.
Shake weight.
New
Where
Year's
were we
Eve.
even at?
New
Thank you,
Year's.
Donnie. Thank you,
Oh
Donnie.
yeah, New Year's.
New Year's.
Antoinette, did you have a good New Year's? Did you make
It was quiet.
Did you make any New Year's resolutions?
Not really.
You didn't.
No. No.
Okay.
No.
Did
Yeah.
you? But everybody's still here, so that's good news.
Yeah, that's good.
That's fantastic. Darren, How was your
Yes,
New
sir.
Year's?
It was good.
Was it?
Yeah, it was good. Got back in touch with somebody I hadn't been in touch with for a while.
Yeah.
And but as far as resolutions, just get back into shape and
Well, the one
travel more. Travel more is the biggest one.
Now, the one New Year's resolution that I don't really care for that Darren decided to do was talk normal again, and I don't like it.
Almost.
I like it.
He's getting back. You're getting back.
Almost.
You're getting
I
it
like
back.
this
though.
one. I'm almost normal again.
Yeah, love that.
Hey, Brucey, how was yours? How was your New Year's?
Oh, I had a nice time.
Did you?
Yeah.
Amy was going to come over here tonight. Brucey, by the way, can we talk about this?
No.
Dang it. Okay, anyway,
Moving right along.
Jimmy, how about you? I haven't talked to you for a long time.
Where you been, bro? You been doing some coal mine stuff?
Yeah, not cool, man. No, I just home
Really?
doing nothing, man.
kind of
Did you make a New Year's resolution? Any New Year's
Man, look,
resolutions?
if it's that important, I'd be doing it already. So,
So you're not a bridge builder anymore either.
No.
I like that theory, though. That's a good theory.
If it's
It is.
important enough, I should. All these people are like, "Well, I'm going to start working out on January 1st." You know what? If it's that important, I should be doing it already.
Hey, listen, can you do that one more time and sound a little bit more like a pirate?
Yeah.
Doing
it already, matey.
Todd, how was how'd you guys? How was your New Year's and your
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, that's fantastic. So anyway, that's no, you guys had a good time. You guys had a really good time then.
Yeah, we stayed home, watched the ball drop, and went to bed. That's what
balls
you do.
drop?
There's some of
You
there's
watch balls drop?
I
Watch your balls drop.
I thought I could tell a difference in your voice. I thought I could tell a little bit of a difference in your voice.
A little deeper now.
Some balls drop.
Sound a little deeper now, Jug.
Anyway, we're going to take a quick break in the action. What you need to do right now, is get out your phone.
Oh, yeah.
It's time to make them
Hit
dance.
those emojis, baby.
It's all about the emojis right now. That's all we like to do. We like to see hearts. We like to see thumbs up. We like to see what else is on there. We like to see banana
sad,
eaters.
no-
Banana eaters.
faces.
Sad or angry.
Yeah. No sad or angry faces.
We don't like that. This would be the perfect time for me to see if the next beer that I open is actually, thawed out.
You want me to get it? Since you don't have to get up, I'll get it for you.
Would you?
Yeah, I'll pick you out one. You have to open it.
Okay, pick me up.
Got some feedback.
Hey!
Somebody's got something playing.
got phone on.
Who is that?
Not me.
It was Todd. It's
How
always
am I not
Not me,
surprised?
said
The
Hey,
new
listen.
year, the new year has not
The
changed.
New
How am I not
Year's-
surprised? No, it's not changed.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are back in action. Everything is over with. Wedding's over with. Honeymoon's over with.
Marriage
Christmas.
is over with.
Oh, okay, you got some.
Hey!
I've been talking to Jimmy. We're boys. I can't help you.
He didn't mean that.
Hey.
No.
been nice.
You know.
He didn't mean it. He didn't mean it.
I know he did.
No, I'm absolutely in love with your guts.
Here we go. Special delivery.
Once again, tonight, I don't know if NASA's going to show this thing or not. Have you
Thank you, Antoinette.
Have you been watching this? But back to the SpaceX,
Yeah.
which on a hindsight, have you noticed how many things are using X with now? You know what I mean? It used just to be like ex-girlfriends.
spot.
X marks the spot. But anyway, you have an Xbox 10. You have the iPhone 10 or X or whatever the hell that is.
Yeah.
They have SpaceX. What is this? Is this some kind of Illuminati thing?
They
They have Magnum X. Magnum X.
How about the who's
Triple X, XX.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
forgot
I'm
about
just
that
in the X.
But anyway, the cool thing about this rocket launch tonight is they're going to actually reuse this rocket.
Wait, is this thing going to come back and land?
It already does come back and
Yeah.
land.
Because there's like a platform
In the middle of the ocean,
and
and
this
that
thing
thing-
will come back down and land on that platform.
And listen, it's the most bizarre thing. You see this rocket going up, and I believe the one that's going to launch tonight, this Falcon 9, is the biggest rocket.
It's amazing.
It even puts the Saturn V to shame.
No
right?
kidding.
And the Saturn V was a big rocket. That's the one that sent everybody to the moon. Speaking
Tom
of the moon,
Hanks, right?
John Young died.
Oh, so I heard that.
Yeah.
Was that Thursday?
Yeah.
It was
Or was it
something like
Friday?
that.
Something
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
I think they're going to.
Six different missions he was on.
He was everything from he did from I think in every mission
I
that
think so.
through the history of NASA, I believe, minus maybe Mercury. I don't know if he was in that, but like
Mercury?
Gemini and Apollo and all that stuff. He
All
was
of
in
them.
everything, and he was he was a space shuttle commander.
Yeah,
Pam
seventh
Ramsey?
person who landed on the moon or walk on the moon. To
Something
seventh.
like that,
Something
yeah.
like that.
No one cares about
You know what?
something,
We need
yeah.
to. Have we?
We've never even
No
been
one
to
cares
the
about
damn
the seven.
Listen,
Yeah.
have,
Listen.
have we
You're
done
number
a
7.
podcast? Have we done a podcast about the moon conspiracy?
No.
We should.
Yeah, I think so too. Because there's a lot. Do you think
I've been reading some
There's a
of that
lot
stuff,
of.
yeah.
There's a lot of. Well, I mean,
seriously?
Okay.
Do you think? Let me ask you this. I'm going to ask it in a different way.
Serious tone.
This is a serious tone.
Okay.
Okay.
Everybody.
Do you think we landed on the moon when they told us we landed on the moon?
I've seen.
I think we
I've
did.
seen things to the contrary, Chuck.
I'm not saying that we've never been to the moon. I'm saying, do you, when they touched down for the very first time,
Yeah.
do you believe that's when it happened?
I don't
Yes or no?
believe in
Just-
Capricorn one.
Yes
No,
or
no.
I think we did it before that.
before that?
Yeah, on accident.
They're like, hey, they're coming down on this big rock.
I don't know where it's going.
D-Mac, listen, I have to admit, D-Mac's not he knows astronomy, but at times he gets the moon and his Uranus kind of mixed up.
It's so
The moon
hard.
and Uranus are two different things. So
They're kind of close then.
while we
Uranus is in the moon.
we
Dead center.
listen, that was a perfect landing. It was a we nailed it.
Yeah. Bullseye.
Antoinette, do you think we've landed on the moon, or when they said it was? Like when
I do. I think.
Really?
Yeah, I
You think we
do.
were there?
I don't know. I can show you some stuff on YouTube, and you know what Abraham Lincoln said, Chuck?
Everything that you see on YouTube, Abraham Lincoln said this. It's a
Yeah.
quote.
Yeah, it's a
He said
quote.
everything that you read on the
Yeah.
internet is legit.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah.
And I believe it.
I do too.
Yeah.
Didn't he found YouTube?
No, that was that was
Abraham
Ben
Lincoln.
Franklin.
Oh, that's
Ben
right.
Franklin.
Yeah, Derek is
Oh.
right. Derek is right.
Oh.
Ben Franklin.
Oh.
Well, I'll tell you what. I
Thank
find
God
it,
for D-Mac.
Ben Franklin also invented the Tesla. I mean, that thing is the fastest car on the planet. It's amazing.
You should have seen what he did to his
Tesla.
horses.
Darren, moon landing or no?
When they said it happened. No,
No.
I don't think so
Brucey.
either.
I don't think so.
Probably not.
Jimmy? You don't think so? What are people saying? Or is
I
anybody?
really don't care to be honest.
Todd,
I think we did. in
Todd,
all
yes or
honesty.
no?
No, I don't think so.
Nobody's
put-
saying anything.
From
To
what
put
I've
it in
seen.
perspective, they said that when PlayStation 2 came out, remember
Right.
that? Remember they said that there was more technology in the PlayStation 2 than there was on any of those ships
That's
to get to
on
the
the
moon.
space.
Right, that's
Yeah.
right.
Just think about it. Could you get to the moon with the PlayStation
Listen,
2?
I couldn't even play Call of Duty without lag. I couldn't even play Call of Duty
that's
without
all right.
lag. But these guys are shooting to the moon,
It would
man.
have been like 3, 2, 1.
Someone hit X.
You know,
Billy? Went
the
to
funny
the
thing
moon.
is, those guys went to the moon halfway, then they came back, then they went 3/4 of the way, came back, and 1/4 of the way, came back. Then they eventually made it to the moon, and right when they landed, they came back, and then they, because that was what
think
Rainbow
they-
Six used to be like.
When
Here's
it was
my
so
question.
laggy, you go in the door.
Hello.
My question is this. From the technology that we had in 68, 69
Right.
versus the technology that we have today,
Mm-hmm.
why have we not been back?
I don't know if there's anything there that we need besides the aliens that gave us all this iPhone technology.
You know, the moon is hollow. Chuck.
Other than to actually make it a more, the way everything's, commercialized today.
I heard of some of the information I read is that
So-
too many intelligence living in that area.
Listen.
They said it's too dangerous
there
to
were,
go
there were,
back.
and I don't know the exact number. If somebody wants
Living
to
on
look
the
it up.
moon,
Yeah.
Brucey?
Oh no!
Right
Listen,
around
you
there.
used to see how many
The Nazi
UFOs were reported
intelligence?
last year.
Hey, listen, did you see that thing on USA Today? That actual footage from the gun?
The F,
I
was it the
did.
F-16s or F-15s that they
Did
were
you see
chasing?
that, Derek? Where
Yeah, I
the
saw
gun
it.
footage from that? Where
Oh no, they're
actually
F-18s.
saw-
F-18s, I believe.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. But USA put this out. I mean, it's legit. They saw something on this gun.
Well, they
camera.
know. Yeah, they absolutely know.
I think we were on the moon. In all honesty, I really think that we were there when it happened.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
You're out.
I'm sorry. I think we did it. I think there's more
Get
to the
out.
story, but I think we did it.
We got to get. We have to.
Have you ever wondered this? Let me ask you this question.
How many licks does it take to get the center of the
Sort of. And then we're going to get to Antoinette finally.
Oh, we're good.
How is it that man, being from a caveman up until say early 1900s, they didn't even have indoor plumbing.
Nothing. Yeah.
Okay, so then the next from all that time, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Okay, and you can see the evolution of things. You had the Dark Ages, you had the past. Okay, so you had these kind of advances, but not super advances. But from say 1900 to 2010, then all of a sudden we go from people that don't even know what a telephone is, or the internet, or electricity in a lot of places, maybe even indoor plumbing, to the point that now we have tankless water heaters. We have cell phones. We have cell phones that we can do this stuff with. All this cellular communication, the data, and all this.
Having people in Serbia watching us.
People in Serbia. Now, how does that happen in 100 years when the thousands and thousands of years before that, everybody was just, quote unquote,
Knowledge will
stupid?
increase to and fro.
Doesn't it say something about that in the Bible about the
knowledge
technology?
will increase.
See, I think personally what happened was there was a reset at some point. I think there was like we're going to reset. Everybody gets to
we
a certain,
most definitely are.
just like Atlantis. What happens? You get to a certain point, and then just like everything in nature recycles itself. You go in this circle, then it resets. Everybody will kill themselves. The disease will take it. We'll get so many people living on Earth, we won't be able to either feed them or the electricity go out. Look what happened to JFK today.
I think the next reset's going to be a bug.
I think it's going to be North Korea.
But or it could be the grid going down. But like I say, they had all these delays for all these flights going out, and it got to it got to a point to where it was a mob. They were fighting each other because they couldn't get out. They were stir crazy. Now, what happens if the electricity goes out, say this time of year, and it does not come back on?
Yeah,
we're going to go out and we're going to start eating people.
I'm going to eat you first.
I think
you
that
can eat me right now if you want. You want to practice
right now on live TV, baby.
And what's crazy? I think 20 years ago, if something like this what you're saying would have happened 20 years ago, we would be better off to deal with it. I think everybody in general would have dealt with it in a better way.
Sure.
Opposed to if it happened today.
Today, people are.
Yeah, and 20 years from now, it'll be the same thing. It's just technology is going to keep getting more and more, and then you're going to be dependent on it more and more and more.
Right, but do you guys remember when not too long ago we had like a little taste of that? Remember
people were stealing freaking generators and stuff.
It was crazy, because there was no. Some places didn't have power. 6 weeks.
Couple weeks, yeah.
Oh no, it was at least
time,
6 weeks. So, what about people need medicine?
I know.
There's all kinds of crap that goes through your head. You're like, what the hell?
What
do we do?
I don't think it would take long for
crazy.
society to start to break down, like you're saying.
No,
it would not take long for people to start going after their neighbors because they don't have what they
2
need.
weeks.
They need to make more
martial
movies
law,
like
man.
that.
Martial law.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Who cares about money? Make sure you have toilet paper, food.
Toilet paper.
Make sure you have all those amenities because the green stuff isn't going to mean anything.
Bullets.
Bullets, that's right.
Have you ever watched somebody when you're driving and like a car pulls out in front of another car? They're automatically on the bird, buddy.
Right.
Automatically. They're screaming and everything inside their own car like that other car's going to
And they're the ones that are being in the wrong.
And I have to admit, I'm like that sometimes.
Are you?
But you see it all the time now. I just laugh at them now.
Well, here's.
But people are so ready to fight with the instant that something goes wrong.
Well, let me ask you this, and then we're going to get to you. One more question about this.
One more.
We have a great thing with Antoinette tonight. We're talking about technology real quick, and and how we do this. It just kind of goes in spurts, and when it goes down, it just goes. We just start talking, and we just wherever we end up, it goes. Todd's talking about how reliant we are on technology. Well, now in Mon County, which is a county next to us, they have, when there's school canceled, they go ahead and they use their Google accounts and their Chromebooks to do all their schooling. Okay. So what's going to happen here? Now, here's what I see. Here's what I see like in the next 10 or 15 years. Now, crazily enough.
Crazily is not a word, bro.
Crazily enough. I just made it up because I'm allowed to do that. And I want to know what you think. I seriously want to know what you think. I think school buildings, physical school buildings and teachers will be a thing of the past in less than 20 years. And here's why I say and here's now listen. Here's why I say that.
Come on.
First of all, money's tight. There's only going to be a certain amount of time where they can, the state's in debt, the federal government's in debt, everybody's in debt, okay? Okay, here we go. Here we go. I turned something off. So anyway, you look at say from where we were kids to where we are now with all the. Okay, listen. Okay, quit dicking off and listen to this. So then we go ahead and we have all these schools, and then we have consolidated to the point that we have less schools now.
That's
correct?
true. Yeah.
Okay. So what happens? A, the money runs out. B, now the weather is forcing kids to stay home more. Say it's global warming or not. But so it's going to be a lot easier for this next generation to stay at home because they're more used to doing things online and they're more accustomed. To us, it's not. We're going to say, no, you're going to go to school because we're used to going to school.
Right.
This generation, all they do is look at a camera on their phone. That's all they do. They're brain dead. They're absolutely brain dead.
They don't even teach handwriting like writing.
They don't.
It's amazing.
Well,
listen,
I will tell
it's
you,
amazing.
Colt is learning that now. He's in 2nd grade, and they are starting to work on cursive.
Are they?
Yes.
Okay, well then I take that
I
back.
heard a lot of people don't.
Because I thought the same thing as well.
Aren't.
But yeah, Colt is learning that right before they went on break.
I can't believe that anybody would not teach your kids.
Well, they don't. They're teaching.
How to write a letter.
Listen, they're teaching you have to learn so many languages in high school when you don't even have to graduate high school knowing math, something or financing. So my theory is
everything's going to be out in the world. There's
Every-
not going to be any paper books. It's all e-books.
But you look
you're
at-
going to have libraries.
you don't now.
Because you don't need
You
it. All you
don't
got
now.
is this.
That is my point.
Well, if you look
Yeah.
at the music
Is it the longer- is that the-
industry, the CDs, it's obsolete.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is streaming.
I think the only reason libraries are still open now is because they have internet terminals there for people to go
Probably
use
so.
free internet.
For the homeless to go in there and find something.
Yeah, you just need,
Just
what are those? You just need one bomb. Just everything's
And
out.
people,
EMC.
well, that's what I'm
Out.
saying. How convenient will it be? Just like what Mon County around here is doing now when school's not around, or what they do in colleges all the time. Say what happens when the money runs out and they're going, or a teacher's contract comes up, and they're going to say, you know what, the hell with you. If we shut down the schools, how much money is that going to save? No school buses, no school bus drivers, no delays. You do everything online, and it's going to be fine. Now we wouldn't accept that. The kids coming up now would because they're used to everything being online because it's incorporated into their life now.
I only see one problem with that.
What?
Is a lot of kids don't have Wi-Fi at their home.
Well, ask Derek about.
Uh-oh, here we
now.
go. You have a
No,
solution.
you ask Derek because they're pushing
Yeah.
for every. What was that? You guys were
Can't
pushing
force
it.
people. Can
Well,
they?
the broadband build out.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the whole idea of it, but it's not going to reach the level that it needs to be at.
Not right now, but say in 20 years.
Oh, maybe.
yeah.
I mean,
But yeah,
even
because
then,
20 years ago, there was no Wi-Fi.
Think about 20 years ago. Think about where we were at.
We didn't even have. It wasn't until
That was
10
what,
years ago we even had data on our
97,
phones.
yeah. So you had 768K internet, which was smoking.
Yeah, that was like, oh my
I mean,
god,
it was.
Yeah,
I remember when DSL first came out. It was like 700. Or it was actually wasn't even that. It was like 512K. And I'm like,
yeah. When I got my first desktop, it said 512K. I'm like, holy shit! I like how
I'll
much
never use all
memory
that.
I got. Yeah,
But you look at back to the point, like Facebook now, they're throwing up satellites so people in like say Africa or some of these other can get internet access.
Right.
Well, okay, so the only difference that why that's not happening here is because of there's a lot of money involved with that. Plus, just we have freedom, so to speak. But if you come back and say, listen, we're going to either raise your taxes, $10,000 a year to pay for all this stuff because there is no money and now the bills are coming due, or we can throw this satellite up in space to give you internet access and your kids are going to get their schooling through school.
Yeah.
Now, for me, that wouldn't work. For
No.
somebody that's 13 or 15 now that's used to doing that, they're going to say, you know what?
Oh, it's going to be spread.
I don't have a
everywhere.
job. All the jobs are
Really, in all
computerized.
honesty, you could do it now if you wanted to. You can homeschool your children.
yeah,
You know, so if you homeschool them, it's the same basic principle. I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea.
No, I don't think. I mean, it's socialization, if anything, and you need that. But think about how much money it would save if it came into a crunch to where you didn't have to finance schools or school buses. You didn't have the liability. You didn't have the teachers' pensions. You didn't have teacher salaries. You didn't have it. It was all gone, instantly gone. And then you had one teacher who could record a program, say if it was history. That one teacher, they can do it just like they do with radio now. You get like Casey Kasem or Rush Limbaugh, and they go on 700 stations. You don't need one guy for each station. That one teacher could go to, you could just like they do with school books. Then that one school book or that one teacher could go to, 30 different school districts. Then you're saving 30 different salaries right off the bat, plus retirement and benefits.
On a side note of that, like you were saying, if you look at some biblical stuff too, they were saying like how if you read some certain things, I think was it Elijah and Enoch when they come back in the end times, it said that everybody in the world would be able to see them. And back when that was written, think about it.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Now
crazy.
everybody in the world would be able to see
you,
with all
everyone
this
will have
technology.
access. And you know what? As far as that school goes, they could make it. They could make it could be not like you're saying, like a district wide or something. It could, they could put the whole curriculum. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Curriculum.
Nationwide.
Well, they're trying. Think about that too, with this No Kid
Nationwide.
Left Behind
No
or whatever
Child
they're
Left
doing.
Behind.
Yeah.
The federal government's doing that.
Yeah, federal government gets involved.
Think about it.
Everybody-
It's the natural progression of the next
Crazy.
thing.
More and more
That's
people are
crazy.
doing college online.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's the natural progression of the next thing.
But at some point, you have to have some type of human interaction. You're going to have to. Even with college now, you do your college credits online. You have to have some type of
Sure.
interaction.
Well, but see, my point is that
A lot
people,
less of it.
going back to my whole cycle, and this is just one thing of many, but you think about what Todd was talking about. We're becoming more reliant on technology. Okay, well, technology is very fragile, especially when you're talking about sunblast coming out with like an EMP or this like one new and wiping everything out. Because
Solar
at that
flares.
point, yeah, right. So say we're so reliant, we do this school thing. Everybody's doing that cashless society because we're all doing online banking. You do everything online, or you don't, and then it just so happens that solar flare comes along, like that freak tsunami or that freak earthquake, and wipes everything out. At which point you're dumb because you don't even know how to add. You can't go to the grocery store and you can't buy your groceries. What happens then?
Well,
it turns into JFK and everybody starts beating the shit out of each other.
They won't even be able to take your payment.
Well, that's I
mean, look at what happens if a T1 goes down to McDonald's. They lock it up.
Yeah. And you know what? And I can't. And you know what? If something like that happens, you can't. Even if you have cash, you can't still.
It's crazy
though. Do you carry cash? Do you carry cash? I don't carry cash.
You know what this means? Everybody needs to learn how to sew.
Yeah.
And can.
So
Get on it.
Get
on it.
And it goes back to that circle that we started the whole conversation about. Everything goes in the circle. And at some point, you get so smart to where instead of progressing, you start regressing.
I'm your Huckleberry. Come see me.
I love Huckleberries.
Even like with Christians in this program now at school, where I guess they said a lot of these tech kids can't pass a lot of things like English and math and stuff like that. So they're not going to college. So what they're doing is some of these companies are coming and getting these kids that are super smart and like those things, and they're paying them to do that, and they're not going to college. So,
but it was like a trade, like a trade school,
about,
like a trade school for for brains in that sense. Which to me, the worst part about it is like college. Not everybody needs to go to college. Now everybody goes to, because you could be a welder or you can be a carpenter.
Right.
You don't need to go to college.
And they pushed that for a long time, like a few years back. Everybody has to have a degree. You're not going to go anywhere. And then they got to a point where they realized
everybody was going to college. Now we have
running out of plumbers. We're running out of electricians.
Think about this.
Yeah. No one's doing trade schools anymore.
2 years ago, when I was running for office, what did I tell you? You need to invest in trade schools.
Absolutely.
You need to invest in trade schools.
Yeah, because you
that's a big
have
deal.
to have somebody at.
You're so smart. You should run for like an office or something.
You should run for some kind of house or something.
Yeah, I should.
You should.
I'd vote for you, Derek.
I don't know.
Me too.
I would.
I mean, if that ever
I'd
happened.
tattoo your name.
We'll watch. Oh, will you?
I'll write it on my chest.
Oh my gosh!
If you win.
Well, you have to do some more Zumba and actually start bench pressing a little bit to get that. Anyway, Antoinette's here. Antoinette, we're finally going to get to you.
Okay. Well, listen.
Yeah, I had to put my beer can down because I'm afraid everything's going to blow up on me.
She's done. Bye.
So it's been a while, of course, since I've seen you guys.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Probably the 70th anniversary there.
Yes.
That was in August, wasn't it?
It was in August, right? How long ago has that been?
Wow, we've been on the air for 70 years?
Wow.
We age well. We have aged well.
You look good, Jim.
But,
vitamins.
We were talking that you guys did such a great job, and you're always helping us out promoting the business and with our events. We want to do something for you guys.
Oh. So this is what this
and
is.
this is for, from us. And
Antoinette brought in
for
a
you
Christmas
guys.
present.
It's from
That's
Dad
awesome.
and from the family.
Listen, I love Anthony. We went up to breakfast.
He's the greatest.
When was it? A couple weeks ago? We went up for breakfast.
Yeah,
Listen,
you
the
guys stopped by.
buffet, the buffet.
Is that the Sunday
I
one?
love Sunday
Sunday
buffet.
buffet.
Hey, you guys need to give me a call
Breakfast
so we can
buffet
get
on
together
Sunday.
when we
Oh,
all
my
go.
goodness.
And I actually need to go up there for Wednesday.
Isn't it up till 2, right?
Yeah.
Wednesday,
Until
the
two,
spaghetti
It's
night.
awesome.
Wednesday.
That's
Have you,
Wednesday.
done? You have
Yeah.
not been. You have to go.
Yeah.
And Michelle swears by the Giovanni's. She tries
She
to
does.
drink.
Oh, they're awesome.
Listen,
good.
I have
That's
tried
good.
Giovanni's
Yeah.
all over
It's good.
these states. Yes.
Me too.
And the
Where
best
was
one.
it I
Guys.
tried one, babe? We were in
if
an
I go- if I
Italian
get Giovanni, I
restaurant
come
in
back.
New
Oh,
England.
thank you.
Or somewhere.
It was somewhere you had one.
We were in an Italian restaurant in New England. And I said, I'm going out on a limb. And I even told him, I said, I'm going out on a limb. I'm going to try Giovanni here. But I have not
She
had a Giovanni.
She compares everyone to the others.
I compare every Giovanni to the
Oh,
Ellis.
man.
That's why
That's
Megan.
awesome.
And guess what? It was not
Aw, well,
Not even
thank
close.
you.
good. It was not good. So
Well, listen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before you open this,
Yes.
Dad's like, we need to do something for these guys. I said, they're getting a new studio. I said, it'd be nice to have something for them in the studio, right?
Right.
He said, Dad, okay, well, why don't you get on that? Okay, Dad. I'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Well, it took a while, but you know what? I think I nailed it.
Okay.
I think I had-
Give her a health check. Give her a health check.
Hey, everybody look up
We need
here.
some music.
Right here. It's
Yeah,
this
we
camera
need-
here.
Some music.
Okay, come on. Oh, we need some music.
Yeah, we
here?
need some music for this.
yeah,
Right
play
on
some
it.
music.
How about the intermission
Chuck.
music?
Hey, Chuck.
Yes.
Look at there's a black dot which says that's the top on the back. That's the back. Then make sure you have it upright. There's a black dot
See a black
on the edge on the top
Why's it gotta be
on the back. I just want to make sure you have it right side up. Okay.
Found
All right.
it. Okay, so that's
you don't
right
want it
side
to be
up.
upside down when you open it up. So.
Okay, let me find some strolling music here. Let's go with this. Well, no, we'll do this. No, we'll just. Okay, we can do this. That's just fine. Okay. Okay. Anyway, once again, we want to thank the Ellis family, Anthony, and Sue, and Antoinette and Melissa. Listen, it's some plastic. Woo!
I like that ripping sound.
Yeah.
Open this up on this side, and we'll take it down at the same time.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa! Let's get this thing out of the plastic.
Yeah,
Chuck.
take the plastic off.
Very nice.
Antoinette.
Holy crap! This thing is fantastic.
Listen,
awesome.
we're big Star Wars
wow.
fans here. Ooh,
Yeah,
ouch.
and it's funny, Chuck. Dad says, "Do they like Star Wars?"
Oh,
Yeah.
Anthony, we
No,
love Star Wars.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
No.
That's awesome.
Listen, that's legit.
So listen, those 3 pages. We little did I know we have this magazine that comes to us right for the box office.
Okay.
Never read one.
Once again, for the worldwide audience, especially if you live in Serbia,
Oh, we love you in Serbia.
the Ellis is not only a restaurant, but it's a drive-in theater. And you've been around, that's what we were celebrating in August, 70 years of showing movies outside. Hence, what you're looking at now.
Right. So this information, most of it, came out of that magazine that we get, and it's all the stats from all the Star Wars movie, minus the last one that just came out. Obviously,
average
'cause we
average
didn't-
ticket price $2.23.
Yeah, the
In
year it came
1977,
out.
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gross, and how many weeks it showed.
That's awesome.
This is fantastic.
That's awesome.
Listen, the gross, and this is with up until...
It's not gross.
Up until the Force. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's not gross. I see what you're saying.
Shut up,
Star
Jim.
Wars is a big franchise. When you're talking about $6.3 billion
Yeah, right.
Listen, I was
in
lucky to
revenue.
Nuts.
get.
Nuts.
I only had that at the restaurant today. I was lucky to get it wrapped before people were wanting to take it out of the restaurant. I'm like, no, sorry, can't have it.
Oh, wow.
Can't have it.
Hey, listen. Awesome.
Thank you all so
This is
much.
going to be, you're going to see this thing right behind us,
There you
actually.
go.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you, Internet.
Can we take it
You're
home
welcome.
take turns?
Actually,
Yeah,
trophy.
Derek, you can have that. Derek can have that.
actually, what we're going to do when Chad comes back, because he's like the decorator of the place,
Oh.
and what we're going to just go ahead and hang this. We got like the hanging, like we have the cameras and stuff, and we're going to
Hold
hang
that up
this
there
thing.
again.
Let me hear. Let me.
Yeah,
let
we're
me-
going to
let me
hang.
set
Yeah,
that.
this looks good right here.
Yeah.
We're gonna hang, right there. We're gonna hang that thing right there. Yeah, pass that around there. But no, check that thing out. Pass that down there.
Yeah, I can do. Oh.
Yeah, Antoinette,
Thank you,
Anthony,
Antoinette.
Melissa, everybody down there, Lori, everybody down at the Ellis. Thank you very much, because that is fantastic.
Oh, you're welcome.
Kelvin, by the way, he's the chef. I mean, he is a grandmaster as
He
far
is.
as that guy can cook
Yeah.
now.
He can. So, but hey, thanks for
Listen,
you
that,
guys
that's
showing
just,
up and
I had
helping
no
and-
idea. That was just, you know what? You didn't have to do something like that.
Yeah, I know, but like I said, Dad's like, we got to do something for him, and I said, yeah, okay, Dad, I'll think of something. But it's great for you guys to come up and help us. So.
Oh, we love it though. We love it. Well, now we're excited for
appreciate
this
it.
year.
Yeah, I don't have no idea what we're gonna do this year, but we'll probably think of something.
Yeah, we have to do
We'll
something.
think of something.
That is awesome. That is
Just
great.
got word that my kids have a 2-hour delay. See, they're starting already. Less school.
Harrison County's 2-hour delay?
That's
Taylor.
Oh, that's right.
That's
You're
what I
in Taylor
mean.
County.
It's going to be.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be freezing rain.
Hey,
in the
Jimmy, what
morning,
district do you
so
live in?
Ice.
Yeah. Or you
Ice,
can just put it
ice.
right there beside it if you want to. I mean, just so we don't have to mess with it.
Todd has to come through here. I know.
Yeah. Oh, okay. If you can want to scoot it.
Here, back in that.
I don't want to break it or anything. Look at.
You're,
We're playing on the fly here.
yeah, you're
That
right
is
there
fantastic.
in that armpit section. That's where you're
Very
at.
nice.
Yeah.
And
I
by
like
the
it
way,
over
does
there.
anybody think Luke now in the latest movies, does he look like a raging alcoholic?
Well, I would tell you,
No,
but
but-
you haven't seen the new one yet.
So
Yeah.
he is a raging alcoholic.
well, I cannot
can't
confirm
tell
or
you.
deny.
Busy.
I'm the only person on the planet.
Well, listen, we could
That has
probably
yet to see Star
talk
Wars.
about spoilers because every real Star Wars fan has probably saw it, right?
I would assume. I'm going to blame Michelle.
Yes.
Don't blame me, because listen, you can't blame me because I have offered more than once, and he's had some friends to text him that want to
Yeah.
say, go,
Jeremy
babe,
asked
go.
you. He invited you to go last
You know
Saturday.
what?
Yeah, he did last
And I
Saturday.
would
Yes, he
really
did.
rather him go with somebody else that really wants
Listen,
to see it.
I told him.
So
I
you're
said,
saying
So
you
I was
hate
like,
Star
go,
Wars?
go.
I said, Chuck, we need to go. So we need to go.
I'll go
We went to
again.
See the last one.
You got- you wanna go
Yeah,
again?
Yeah, I'll go again.
All right.
See, take him, please.
Oh yeah.
When do you want to go?
When you
When you want to go, Chuck?
I don't know.
Can't be
Take
Tuesday.
'em.
It can't be Tuesday night.
Yeah. Wednesday night, maybe.
Yeah, Wednesday night.
Oh, Wednesday's date night.
No, well.
Damn. Thursday night.
Can't be tomorrow
Thursday,
night
I
because
can't.
Alabama's
Basketball.
Thursday.
When Obi-Wan's ghost chopped Ray's head off, what did you think about that?
Antoinette, are you a Star Wars fan? Do you watch that?
I do like Star Wars. I do.
Have you seen the latest one yet? No, you haven't either.
I know. I haven't
Okay.
either.
Then you-
I do. I've
Then you don't
been
really
wanting
like
to
Star
go,
Wars,
but
is what you're saying.
I do. But, I'm gonna go soon.
Don't worry, there's a lot of
Yeah.
Star Wars haters watching.
In all honesty, the first night when Cole fell asleep, he fell asleep not even halfway through the movie. When the movie was over, and when we're leaving, he was mad. He was like, "What happened?" I'm like, "I can't tell you, buddy." He was mad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that should be the first movie that plays this spring at the Ellis Drive.
That's actually that. I was thinking.
Yeah. Well, I think I read a story too. Speaking of Star Wars, is the fact that they are going to have another Star Wars movie out and delay the Indiana Jones stuff.
Oh. Good.
Well, hopefully by that time Harrison Ford will not be in the picture because I can't not see Harrison Ford like punching Nazis or outrunning a boulder in a wheelchair. I love Harrison Ford. Do not get me wrong.
Depends on the role that they put him in.
Depends on the wheelchair.
Like I thought he had a great role in Blade Runner. In Blade Runner,
Yes, he did.
Blade Runner, he had a good role.
And
But
I
you
like
know what?
that.
That was fitting because it was in the future and we knew he was going to
Yeah,
be
you
old.
knew
But
he was
Indiana
older.
Jones, he can't be the same.
Just like he was in
guy
the last
was when
Indiana
he was-
Jones, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just too old.
I read a story today, and let me show you how cocky we are as Americans. At least I think so.
Oh, bad.
I think
That's
so.
because we're the best.
So I read this story.
Back-to-back world champs.
Todd's not talking.
Back-to-back world champs.
World War I and World War II, baby. Back-to-back world
You want your
champs.
trophy? Come and get your trophy.
Come and try to take it away.
You get this trophy out of my cold, dead hands.
That's right, Chuck. That's right, Chuck.
oh my God.
You're right, Chuck.
You can't spell nuke without you.
Damn straight.
Anyway. So I'm reading this story today. I'm reading this story today about Sydney, Australia. And they said people can't stand it, right? Because it got record temperature of 47 degrees. Okay? And I'm reading this. Now listen. I'm thinking, what? 47 degrees, you can't stand it. It's that hot, 47 degrees, and you can't stand it. So I'm thinking, what the shit? I said, it's 6 below here right now. I said, it gets to be 90 degrees in the summertime. I said, what's the big deal about 47 degrees?
It's their summer, right?
Well,
Celsius.
okay.
Yeah, it's
At which point, okay.
Celsius.
At which point it kicks in. Oh, see, we don't do metric and we don't do Celsius. So let me go ahead and
So
convert
what is that in
that.
Celsius?
117.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh.
So
pretty
it
damn
was.
hot.
They canceled tennis match because that's pretty hot. So it was to the point now. Is Japan in the
same way.
They were the same way. Okay. So when I'm thinking, oh, okay. So 47 is actually kind of hot. There was a reason they shut things down. It wasn't because they were a bunch of pussies.
Nah,
You know, 47 degrees.
It's like, what, 120 in Death
Let me
Valley?
tell you something.
The U.S. gets it.
Listen, it's going to be 31 degrees tomorrow, maybe, and I'm going to be in a bikini because it's been like 5 degrees the rest of the last 2 weeks.
I'm definitely getting
It's
gonna
gonna feel good.
Thursday.
When it gets to be
61,
30 or
right?
40 degrees,
61?
it's going to feel
I
good.
got a leg cramp.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Oh.
Middle one. The middle leg.
No.
rub it. Rub it. Rub it.
Yeah, rub that.
Oh,
Rub it.
man.
What happened?
You need to start eating some more bananas, buddy.
something. Jeez.
Fast.
So walk it out.
Ah, there we
now
go.
walk it out.
Throw that camera on D-Mac. He's actually in some pain over there.
I don't know what happened.
But you were just sitting there and you got your leg, your
Oh,
legs
Charlie
spread back.
horse?
Walk it out,
In
D-Mac.
the back.
Why do they call it a Charlie horse? Why is it Charlie?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Cold
Look
ass
that
That's
up.
not
the other
Chuck
day.
House.
I'll look it
Horse.
up.
That's wait. That's another podcast topic, right?
Oh yeah. Hey, by the way, if you have, Todd and I were talking about this, and actually Todd came up with a great idea.
think it's a
If
good
you
idea.
have a topic that you would like to hear us talk about, let us know, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
It could be about anything because we like to
Anything.
learn about anything.
Yep.
My fascination right now are steam engines. I love steam engines.
Yeah, I went to work the other day. He's
You
got
see
his phone.
Michelle and oh, God.
Yeah.
I
Date
got a
night.
topic. I
Last
got a
week,
topic
date
for you.
night. I finally narrowed it. I allowed him, I allotted him time for steam engine videos because it was date night, and he said he was wanting me to watch yet another steam engine video. So I said, "Okay, how long is this one, babe?" He said 11 minutes. I went, "You have got to be kidding me!" Now, what can a steam engine do for 11 minutes?
Oh,
Your
it
life
just
that you're
chug.
not going to get back.
Like a chug.
You are not going to get back those 11 minutes of your
It's
life.
not actually a chug. It's called a chuff.
Here we go. Don't get him started. Oh, dear Lord, don't get him started. So
I think I can.
So by the 11-minute mark, it finally was actually moving.
I allotted him 6.5 to 7 minutes. I was not watching the whole 11.
But I tell you, the thing is about the whole thing about a steam engine is that it's cool. I mean, it's just cool, right?
It is cool.
But there is something about the whistle of a steam engine. Like we have a lot of diesel trains. This is coal country around here. We have a lot of diesel trains, and there's a difference between an air horn and a steam whistle per se, a train whistle.
You got one? You got one?
I'm gonna look right now, boys.
Got one in the chamber?
I like it.
Yeah, I do too. It turns me on. We're gonna go ahead and throw one up there. Let's just see what it sounds like.
Go to Cass. You'll hear it.
I want to go to Cass.
I love it, man.
And it's amazing.
I've never been there.
Cedar Point's got a train with
I'll tell you something.
steam
Cass
whistle.
is awesome during Halloween.
Yeah.
As long as you're not claustrophobic, you can go.
It's actually quite amazing the fact that they invented steam engines are actually pretty complicated machines.
Oh yeah.
I've heard that.
Come on, blow that whistle.
All about him.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Probably tell us all about it.
Probably having a whole lot you don't know about steam engines at this point.
I like
So we get 11 minutes of this.
Yeah.
Come on, ride the train, choo-choo, ride it. That is right there.
Is that Bonanza?
Wild Wild West.
Wild Wild West.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Wild Wild West.
But that right there, I mean, there was something about that, and how somebody thought up the fact that they could burn coal or wood to boil water, and then to cause steam.
Make power.
Babe, I'm going to get you on a steam train.
Are you?
Yes, I will. Absolutely.
I showed Todd the guy that had 17 miles
and
of
I'm
track.
sending all you guys with him because I'm not going.
And I hope we get that. I hope we get that train
we
up to
should have made
88
another
miles an
field
hour.
trip.
Chuck.
Yeah.
88.
88 miles an hour. You know what's going to happen after that, don't you?
I do.
Got to
We're
get
gonna go
back in time.
Hey, I got a topic for you. Though.
Okay.
Time.
How about Oregon pumping their own gas?
Oregon. Yeah, how about those guys? You know, New Jersey's the same way though. They don't pump gas in New Jersey either.
Yep.
They still got full
People
service.
are freaking out.
Yeah, New Jersey. It's a law.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
There's no
law.
self-service
You can't pump the
stations.
gas there.
I think I'd like
The
that.
attendant has to do it.
I'd like it.
Hey, people in Oregon are wigging out though.
Oh,
Well,
they
you know,
are.
like somebody
This
said
one
that-
guy says, I'm 62 years old and I've never pumped my gas and I'm not going to. I don't even know how.
And the one lady said that, you know what, I'm going to pull up to the pump, and I will wait there until somebody comes out and pumps my gas for me.
You see the
Be
lady,
waiting a long time.
I'd let her sit there all day.
the people who were putting gasoline in their diesel.
I would actually.
That's
Yeah,
bad.
that's the new green gas.
Yeah.
It's the new.
Yeah,
it's
green. I would hate to have someone pump my gas though, because I'm real anal about having it like on an exact.
You know what?
amount.
The next time you use
25.
anal and pump in the same sentences, I'm probably going to get worried.
Turned on. You're gonna get
So
turned
go
on.
ahead, continue with your thought. The next time you're going to have some gas
I like
and you
to
get
have
pumped
the
anally.
meter. How do I say this now without that? The meter be on an exact amount. It's kind of like
I
the
like that
OCD.
too.
You
I
know,
like
I like
that
to have
too.
exactly $25.
I
or-
do too.
Not like 23.32.
Listen, I make Megan so mad because we'll pull up to get gas and I'll be, come on, baby, just trying to hit it, and then it's always like, yeah, 25.06, and she's like, really, seriously? And just-
Or
now here's-
one.
Now, see, I don't now the price or the gallons does not matter to me. But I'll tell you what I do when I pump gas.
That's because you're
You
rich.
do when you pump gas?
Let me tell you what I do. What I do. What I do when I pump gas. I'll get to that certain point to where I
Smell
think
that, Chuck.
I'm going to get to the point to where I think the tank's going to get full. So then I'll be full blast. I'll have that automatic hook on there, and then I'll click it off and I'll go real slow because of that foam. I want to get as much gas as I can,
Yeah,
and
I
I
do
want
that
to
too
get,
sometimes.
and I'll slow it down. I'm just going a half mile an hour where I was going 60. You know what I mean? And wherever it stops, it stops. I'm like, I don't
Oh,
care.
no, wait,
Debit
no, wait.
card because
You
I'm
don't-
cashless
No, wait.
society.
You don't
bitches.
round it
Chuck,
out.
when you stop it though, and you
Yeah.
turn it off, do you pour that last little bit?
Absolutely,
Oh, I
yeah.
do.
I get
Yeah,
the last
oh.
4 or 5 drops.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm just as scared because I don't
There
want
you
to get on my paint. So
Well,
I
I'll
just make
turn.
sure-
Listen,
mine
Yeah, I
runs
don't like it on the
over.
paint.
Yeah.
Listen,
Mine always runs over.
I'll turn.
It's always gurgling out. It's
Really?
like running down the side of my
Gurgling.
cat.
Oh, I hate
And then
that.
the thing that makes me
So
mad
your
is it
car's a
gets all
spinner.
over my cap.
Your car's
So
a
then when I have to put the cap back on, it's on my hands and I smell it all day. But yeah, I just because I intentionally go to gas pumps that have because you know a lot of the gas pumps now they don't have the little
They don't have the
manual-
little lever thing that holds
They don't
it.
have the lever thing that holds it, and you have to hold it. Well, it's too cold to be doing that.
It's
So
worth it,
I
yeah.
know every gas station in Harrison County that has the levers. So I go and I get the lever, and I get back in my vehicle, and I
Ooh, you
Facebook
shouldn't
or
do
I
that.
listen to music or I do something else, and next
Get
thing I
that
know, it's
static.
running down the side of my Jeep. But that's okay.
$5 on
I
the
watched,
ground.
I watched a
$6
video where
on
a
the
girl
ground.
did that. She gets in her car, and because of the
Static electricity, she lights
freaking
herself up.
Lit up on fire.
Well, it's not my fault. It's the levers. They should,
You're the one
they should
burnt.
cut
Yeah, but
off.
You're still on fire, though, Michelle.
Yeah, but you're on fire still.
Well, I
Stop,
know.
drop, and roll.
I know I'm on fire.
She's like,
right now, boys.
We
right
know you're
now.
hot,
Watch
baby.
your
but,
mouth over there. You're
Thanks,
talking to
Jimmy Whiz.
You're talking to my.
But I am a married woman.
You're on fire.
She's hot. She's hot, right, Jimmy? She's hot. She's on fire.
I would much rather talk about D-Max Uranus.
Yeah, well, you know.
Uranus and your moon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
the
funny
rings
stuff.
around your
Brucey, in Japan, they're really big into trains as far as mass transit. I mean, what's the biggest way to get around there?
Oh, well, yeah. Trains are the biggest one.
And that's like say between subways and actually trains between
Oh, yeah,
towns.
yeah.
Like when like from your house, if you wanted to go into town, it would obviously be a train
Yeah,
every single time.
pretty much.
See, I love it though. And those you ever seen those
A
trains in
steam
Japan?
train?
No,
They
those
got
are-
them new magnetic ones over there, don't
Those
Or-
are cool.
Let me tell you something. Those trains in Japan, they're fast. I mean, they're blazing fast. They're extremely fast. But I think are they
Yeah, those
electric?
Bullet trains, and they are fast.
Yeah.
They're electric. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no transmission in electric. Well, there's no transmission in a
my
diesel
wife
train
came
either.
on. Hey, hi, wife.
I saw her on there.
Yeah,
Anyhow, though, there was something else I wanted to talk about, but I just don't.
Don't know.
At this, I know exactly what it was.
Okay.
Because I just remembered because I have to pee. Okay. Times Square. Is that one of the things? If you have a choice,
Nope.
if you have a choice to go
Nope.
to Times Square to watch the ball drop for New Year's Eve going into New Year's, would you do it?
Negative.
I don't
No.
think so. No.
No.
The wife and I were
Brucey?
talking about
No.
that, and there's so many people there, man. It's
The people that is
You
not
gotta
the
hold
problem.
your-
you? You gotta wear a diaper.
Yeah.
You can't go. You can't even get to a bathroom.
can't. I'm just worried about somebody in a clock tower. That's why I worry.
You don't have to worry about that.
No, I just think
Unless I'm
there's
on the second floor somewhere.
In a hotel
above
right there, like the
everybody,
Sheraton
right
right downtown or the Hilton right there.
Then yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if it-
Otherwise, no.
If you think
way.
about it, if you've been in New York City, there's no hotel motel right that block.
Right.
Absolutely. It's
There's
just
not?
all retail stores.
Oh, there's so you.
It's
could,
crazy.
You couldn't like reserve a room for that
No,
block
you
for
cannot
next year.
be looking down. No.
Really? I
It's
didn't know
built.
that.
It's built that way.
Right.
Oh, very nice added design.
Yeah.
And then what's funny is where the ball drops, if you didn't know this, that's the old New York Times building, which is completely empty. There's a Walgreens on the bottom, but there's, as far as an office building goes, completely empty. They use it just for real estate.
that's it.
And that's where they make their money at.
Is that one that's like right on the corner?
That's where right on
Right
it's
where
kind of
the-
splits, and
yeah,
there's
yeah,
that's where the ball is
yeah.
on top.
So there's
Yeah, the
nothing in
triangle.
that building.
No. That used to be New York Times, like back in the day, where you see the scroller go around and all that kind of stuff, and you would see the guy when the World War II was in, and the sailor picks up the chick, and some chick named Michelle, and his name was
Oh.
Chuck, and they kiss.
Ah.
Then they had like 35 kids, whatever.
Wow.
Then he splits
She
and joins
kills
the
them and-
Foreign Legion.
Whoa.
And he goes on this trip in Afghanistan.
Wow.
And and then he gets
She takes
captured
all of
by
his
the.
money and she buys his house over in the Caribbean and she lives happily ever after. And she has like butlers and all these people that are doing everything
Whoa.
for her, and she
Feeding
never
her
has to do
grapes
anything
and
again.
stuff. And
She doesn't work.
because she got rid
She
of
is
Yeah,
as
she-
good as you, buddy.
She lives by the pool and she's in her bikini every single day and she does Zumba at 6 a.m. poolside.
You know what? She put you to
With the
shame.
butler.
She put you to shame, Mr. Silvertongue.
Are you talking about that, babe? Because I think I know what you're talking about now.
No, that wasn't the story.
Oh.
The story was he went to Afghanistan to save the
Oh.
world, and he was very much in love with this chick named Michelle. At which point, he spent every day so worried about his 35 kids. And so he sent his entire paycheck
Chuck.
and just
Just
he
stop.
And
milked
spent
goats
every
and
day.
every
stop.
single day.
Every day for his family.
Just stop, Chuck, because you know what? You
She
get
slammed me there.
She slammed
You know
you
what
right
the hell
there.
with her.
Because Chuck's like this. Blah, 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 blah. She said, "Sit down, boy. Listen to this."
We had this up.
I tell you what, Chuck and I feed off each other. It's horrible.
Yeah, we
We
It's
really do.
horrible.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fantastic.
it's good stuff. It's good
Oh,
stuff.
Mark Walsh said,
Boom.
Listen, that was a
That's
nuclear
right,
bomb.
Mark Walsh.
That was a nuclear
Boom.
bomb. I can't get one past her. You take
Wow.
your Caribbean bikini Zumbas. and you
Good
can-
job, Michelle.
Oh yeah, it's almost like she had it
Captain Earl.
planned out. It's almost like she was been thinking about
Yeah,
that.
but she didn't. It came right off the top of her
I
head.
know. That's
I
the
never
scary
thought
part.
about what was going to happen with. I've never thought about what was going to happen if you ever left. Never.
When you left.
Yeah, I know. It's Freudian slip. Thanks for nothing, Michelle. When you leave, when you get the hell out of here,
You're
you mean
not
for
gonna
work
leave,
or you
are
mean
ya?
forever?
You're not gonna leave, are you, baby?
No, I'm never going to leave.
He's not gonna.
So are you?
Of
Do
course
you want to
he's
go
not.
to New York for this and watch a ball drop or what?
No,
No.
absolutely not. Because I do not want to
No
stay.
way.
I would
I
love
love New York.
Absolutely love New York. I love Times Square. I love it to death. However, I would not like it. I don't like to be crushed. I don't like to be the feeling of being trapped is what I don't like. And when I have
Go to
to
the restroom.
Yeah, but you're married
Listen,
though.
when I have to pee, listen, I'm the most grumpy person you will ever meet in your life. When I have to pee, or I'll slice your, I'll kill you because I just want to pee. I don't care if I'm driving, whatever it is. I just
know
gotta-
this story.
Yeah, yeah. So the thing is, if I could go to watch the ball drop and wait in line and not have to worry about using the bathroom, say, then you know what? I would do it. I could handle the cold. I could handle the people. That's fine. Being in a pig pen where I can't get out, and if I left, have to go through the whole process of security again and never get in the same seat.
You
and
lose
now-
your spot.
Well, then they get those people out of there in like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
You see, it's like I was watching and everything.
You know why?
was-
You know how New York does that.
I
How
have
they get
no
up-
idea. They open
let
the
off.
gates?
They let off a couple packs of firecrackers. Man, the people are gone. Boy.
They said this year I think was the coldest in 100 years.
Oh, it
No,
was
that
cold.
was cold up
It
there.
was like
Yeah.
8
I
or
think-
9 or
couldn't
something
have
like
done
that.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like 1915 or something like
Yeah.
that. I think it was.
Brutal
'Cause,
cold.
I looked that up at night.
Yeah, it was
Brutal
crazy.
cold. The East
Which
Coast
was
get-
it, 19 or 15?
Siri? It's just been brutal cold this year.
Yeah, it has.
For some reason.
All right. Anyway, I think that's going to be a show. Does everybody have anything else to talk about? We want to thank the Ellis family once again and Antoinette to come in.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Fantastic little some memorable. I can never say that word.
Memorabilia.
Memorabilia, some Star Wars stuff.
Memory
We'll say it that
stuff.
way. And we love doing stuff with you.
Memory
We love
stuff.
doing stuff with you, and we can't wait to come back up here again.
Good
It's
times.
just, it
We had
absolutely
fun.
is.
Went fun.
We will come up to 71.
Chad is out tonight. Michelle has stopped in, and she pretty much slammed me. She body slammed me. That was really nice.
Michelle.
That was the atomic slam.
That was the best part of the show.
You know
It
what?
was.
You know what? I hope the cops are listening because they'll be here tonight.
Evidence.
You mean for the physical body slam?
She did the machine gun kitty on you.
Right on the deck in the snow.
One thing I can tell you about Michelle, which is really cool, is she does not put up with any shit at all.
She's going to pull Uranus out of the moon.
She does not. Like tonight, I just woke up from a nap, which makes me kind of grumpy. So I'm in the kitchen and I'm just trying to process being up, which I'm a grumpy
Which I
dude.
had just woke up from a nap
So
myself.
she's a little bit grumpy too.
I was grumpy.
So it's funny because we can say this because we're in love and it's okay. So anyway, she was nagging about something. I don't even remember what it was. It was something I tracked mud in on
She
the
was
floor.
nagging about something, or she was just
She cleaned the floor up
He
today.
says
in the
it was.
kitchen.
I was not. I said it one time.
right.
And so
That's
anyway,
not-
One
I
time,
said,
and he said
"Will
nagging.
you shut up?"
You said that to her?
It was more than once.
What?
No, because I don't talk to Michelle like that. But it was just I had enough, and I was like, "Will you shut up?" Shut up. So at which point,
I hope you did it with a smile.
oh no, I didn't. No,
Shut
I
up,
didn't.
shut up,
I did
shut
when I
up,
apologized. So she looked at me and said, "You shut." And I'm keeping this clean because it's a family show. She goes, "You shut up," and that hair just glowed. And
I said no. I will not, Chuck.
No,
Raven,
she
but
will.
you will shut up.
yeah. So I walked outside and I just walked outside and went, I just wish you would shut up. And I turned around and said, "Hey, listen, I shouldn't have said that. I'm a little bit grumpy, I think, and I'm just waking up from a nap, and I'm sorry."
You said
That's
I'm
called
sorry. I said I'm sorry. You said give me a kiss. We kissed it.
That's
And it was
called
okay.
the
And
That's
then
what
she
it always
pulled the
goes.
gun down from underneath your chin.
But listen, but let me tell you, yeah, but listen, it felt really good. Listen, don't listen. Take your headphones off. It felt really good to look at her and say, "You shut the hell up."
That's not what
He
you said.
never
though.
No, I didn't
says
say that.
to me.
But you know
Is that
what?
kind of like when you go in there and make me a sandwich, please?
Peanut butter. jelly.
Pretty please.
No, it's fantastic. Oh, you can't. We have nothing to complain about. Actually,
No.
I wish we did. We'd be
know.
normal then.
I know.
With a dentist.
Oh, that damn dentist. Let me tell you something.
Oh, I did make Chuck go to the dentist. Yeah.
Internet. Let me tell you something.
Probably you that missed that.
Who is it on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? The little elf dude.
Herbie.
That was,
Little elf.
Herbie?
wants to get
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants
Okay.
to be a
Herbie?
dentist.
and you know what? Everybody kicks him out of the North Pole. Yeah, absolutely. So he says he wants to be a dentist. The problem is everybody hates his guts. And the reason they hate his guts, my theory is because he wants to be a dentist. Because dentists will stick it right in you every single time, and you don't know why. You're like, okay. I was like, so nothing's hurting. So why am I coming out with like a
Because you need a
700?
cleaning every 6 months.
Okay.
And it's a family thing.
So he said the green one was
We go
okay,
as a
but he had to
family.
fix the black one.
It was the orange one, the corn one. We like to call it candy corn in this family. The candy corn tooth. But anyway, I complained because I have this thing against, just like I do with the gas company, just like I do with that. I've had that thing forever. I love electricity. I'll burn as much electricity as the power plant will give me, and I am fine with it because I seem like I get so much out of electricity. I get cell phones and TVs and lights. Gas, I'm just staying warm, so I'm not really getting a lot out of it.
So,
You know what I mean?
Hey, Michelle, can I ask you, what does Chuck keep the thermostat on?
Now? Or when we were dating?
No, right
Okay,
now.
Because when we were dating, it was a penguin farm over here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
there were
shit.
penguins everywhere.
What is it now? If
They
you
were
walked in-
multiplying.
70, 69.
69.
69's good.
Good number.
And we
69.
burn
on 69 all the
that
time.
is a good number.
And we burn a lot of wood in the fireplace.
And we do burn a lot of wood.
Anything
Yeah.
over 72 uses more energy, and anything under 72 uses more energy.
Really?
Yep.
72 is like the prom.
72's prime.
I keep
Really?
ours at about
So
69
we
or
should
so.
probably,
Optimus?
we're usually 68, 69.
But you know, the problem that I have with gas, like with a furnace, is it'll dry you out. So you have to watch your
Yeah.
humidity level,
Yeah,
or you'll
really.
start getting
Yeah, like
sick.
right-
You'll start getting sore throats and everything else.
Because right now, our house has been very dry. and
Oh,
this
it's very
cold
dry.
Gotta get the
There's
vaporizer
a lot
out.
of dry stuff.
You
You
got
got
a lot of lotion out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, show me where you put the lotion. Where
Well,
you
yeah,
put it?
sometimes you just have to you just look and you just start spitting on things. Because it's so dry.
It's dry.
Oh.
You just have to
Okay,
do
it's a
that.
show,
I like
guys.
how she
Thanks for
preferenced.
stopping by.
I like how she preferenced that. You know, as before we were married or after we were married. Like
Listen,
when
let
she
me
got
tell you
married, it was
something.
like,
Let me tell you
okay, the law is the law.
Well, is it ironic?
Let me-
Is it ironic that it's dry after?
Oh, wait. We're talking about the furnace, right? The air?
She's like got beer coming through her nose.
Funny, Derek.
Talking about the air,
freaking
Chuck.
funny.
Talking about the air,
Oh,
buddy.
freaking funny. Let me tell you how. Yeah, let me tell you how fun. Let me tell you how much I hate gas. This isn't anything
much
new,
you
and it has
hate
nothing
gas?
against. Yes.
I hate
Well,
having
when
gas,
I lived
too.
in Staley, okay, and I had a gas bill that was $60 one time, and I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm turning the gas off. And you know what? I turned the gas off.
I've heard these stories.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was to the point that you could walk into that house and you could go, and it would be like being out here. You could see your breath. If I went and took a pee, you could see the steam coming out of the commode. It was that cold in there.
That's not good.
Because I turned the gas off. I did not use the furnace. And I did not use it. I turned it off, and that was stupid.
Yeah?
But I did it.
Yeah.
You had to do it before you realize how stupid it was.
How'd that treat you?
Well, I had to use a lot of bottled water because everything. I had to buy it every day because the pipes were freezing. Yeah, I was visiting mom and dad a lot. And they were like, "Hey, we haven't seen you so much." I was like, "Yeah, hey, I'm just gonna go ahead and go in the bathroom for about 20 minutes to take a." I gotta pee. My bladder's full, and I took a shower and stuff like that. They
Peed
never
on
knew.
myself.
Yeah. You know, I'm working outside. I gotta get the
Because he
salt
doesn't
off
want
of
to
it.
pay a few dollars.
There you go.
Gotta get the salt off.
Oh Lord.
It's worth a few dollars.
It
Yeah,
is.
that apartment in Staley though was so cool though. It literally had mushrooms growing out of the carpet of the place.
I've heard them stories. I've heard all of
And
them.
you're worried about a
I have
gas bill.
two. I have two,
Yeah.
Captain Earl.
There were mushrooms in the summertime, the humidity in it because it was just wouldn't breathe. In the wintertime, it seemed like every window was open. In the summertime, you even opened the windows and it just didn't matter. Anyway, you would go in the bathroom in this place and you would see mushrooms growing out of
crazy.
the carpet.
I wouldn't tell anybody that story.
That sounds like he never cleaned his house.
Listen, I was working in radio then, making $384 every 2 weeks, so I was all right with it.
Wow.
My last paycheck before I started working at the post office
was
$300, and this was after I got a raise and everything else. $384, zero benefits,
Oh wow.
Social Security.
That
I
sucks
guess
so bad. That sucks
every
so
2
bad.
weeks.
But you know what? You were a star.
I was a rock star, man.
That's right. Everybody knows.
We
Everybody
should
knows.
find some of them. You should dig up some of them tapes.
No,
Some
we're
of
not
them
gonna do
Rogan
that.
Radio.
All right,
Yes, no, we're never doing that. Okay, all right. We're doing
Hey, back on 94
All right.
Rock. It's Chuck
Yeah, we ready to rock
Sorry,
out of this
Jimmy
thing.
Whiz.
Ready to
All right,
go.
ladies and gentlemen, on the and once again, Antoinette, thank your dad and the entire crew
Yes.
down there. We really do thank
was
you,
great.
and I love it. We love
Tell him
coming down
hi.
there.
He's watching you.
Anthony, hello. I love Anthony.
All right.
Love them all. On behalf of D-Mac, Michelle, Brucey, the absent Chad Puccio tonight. Cuddles? Where's Cuddles at tonight?
He's working
Come on.
midnight.
Yeah.
Meeting night.
He was on here.
Oh, we had a meeting?
Yeah, Vicky says he's working midnights too, so he's
Oh, Vicky knows it's working midnights?
Yeah, they got a thing.
Cuddles.
They got a thing. Them two got a thing.
I was going to say she got late at night.
They got a thing like that.
She got what at night?
They got a thing.
Late?
Go out late at night.
Oh, I
Yeah,
gotcha.
they got a thing.
On behalf of Jimmy Wiz from Pittsburgh, who was very happy, he was shaking in his boots that the Titans might come to town next week. He only has to deal with Jacksonville with the Steelers, and he's a little bit happy about that because
Yeah.
I was trying to set you up for something. Anyway, on Talk Back, ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Rogan Radio.
Peace.